Hello, everyone. I hope I'm online. Okay, so welcome to my talk on visit consciousness, how to live magically in the fourth density state of consciousness. I'm Debjit, and I'm going to share with you today how you can live life magically. Okay, so before I begin, I'd like to share a little bit about me. Right, so this is my second time being in this wonderful summit hosted by my amazing friend Cherise Marie, and I'm so grateful to be part of this amazing event, being able to talk to you. This is fantastic, right? Now, I'm Debjit. I'm from India. I'm a spiritual teacher, coach, and a teacher of Wizard Consciousness. I came out of my dark night of the soul in mid 2020, and that is when everything began for me. That is when I began my journey as a spiritual teacher. Now, what happened was, like, after I came out of my dark night of the soul in mid 2020, I started downloading my higher self. I started healing. I started ascending to a higher stage of consciousness. I started moving towards this higher stage of consciousness, which I now call the fourth density stage of consciousness, the stage of consciousness where we live life magically by connecting with our higher self, by, living in alignment with our soul purpose, right? Now, what I want to share with you today is how you can do that too, how you can live in alignment with your soul purpose, live in alignment with your life path, right? So, I am going to just start out with the understanding of what is visit consciousness, what is this magical stage of consciousness that I'm talking about, right? You see, visit consciousness, in order to understand what it is, we need to first cover the three stages of consciousness that we go through in our spiritual awakening journey. You see, these three stages of consciousness are: number one, the victim stage of consciousness; number two, the hero stage of consciousness; and number three, the wizard stage of consciousness. You see, we all go through these stages of consciousness as we move forward in a spiritual awakening journey. We all begin at the victim stage of consciousness. The victim stage of consciousness is that stage where we experience a lot of victimization patterns. We experience powerlessness. We experience low self-worth. We experience inferiority, complex. We experience low self-esteem. All of that victimization patterns are just on when we are in the victim stage of consciousness. These victimization patterns, they keep us down, they stop us from living our best life, from chasing our goals, from achieving our dreams. You see, when we are in the victim stage of consciousness, what happens is our energies are very much dominant in our root chakra. You see, the root chakra is all about survival and protection. So when somebody's energy is active in the root chakra and very dominant there, everything about their life circles around survival and protection. So no matter what they want to do, they start coming back to protecting themselves. They cannot even think of achieving a big dream or achieving a goal because they think, the world is a big bad place and I am this weak, powerless little creature who cannot do anything in the world. So I just need to protect myself from the big bad world. That is the essence of the victim stage of consciousness, you see. So when we are in the victim stage of consciousness, we are not usually chasing our dreams. We are not setting goals. We are not speaking our truth. We are doing none of that. We are just keeping ourselves safe, keeping ourselves protected. So it's a very low vibrational stage of consciousness that we all go through, you see. Now, what happens is a time comes in our journey when we start learning our lessons and we start integrating and we start healing and we start coming out of that victimization patterns and we arrive at our higher or the next stage of consciousness, which is the hero stage of consciousness. You see, the hero stage of consciousness is a fantastic stage of consciousness. What happens is when somebody arrives at the hero stage of consciousness, the energy moves up from the root chakra and it becomes centered in your solar plexus chakra area, in your belly. You see, the solar plexus chakra is all about the firepower. It's all about the doer energy. It's all about the go-getter energy. It's the fiery energy of the solar plexus chakra. You see, when somebody activates the solar plexus chakra, when the center energy becomes dominant in your solar plexus, what happens is you start experiencing the two powers of the hero, or what I also refer as the twin powers of the hero, right? These twin powers are: number one, you start experiencing your willpower for the first time, and number two, you start developing trust in your own intellect. You see, it's not that the victim did not have access to the willpower or the intellect. It did. It's just that the victim was not capable enough to wield those two powers with the strength that the hero can. You see? So when somebody arrives at the hero stage of consciousness, for the first time they start realizing that, you know what, I have got this power within me. This power within me, which is my willpower, which I can use in order to move towards all the things that I want to do, in order to push myself out of my comfort zone, in order to break free of my fears, so that I can start moving towards my dreams, so that I can start moving towards my goals, so that I can start moving towards all the things I desire. Right? So they start using this firepower, their willpower, in order to move towards their goals, dreams, desires. And they start realizing that, you know what, I also have this intellect. I have this intellect in me that I can use in order to solve the problems that are going to come in my way towards my goals, towards my dreams. And that is why whenever somebody arrives at the hero stage of consciousness, you will find yourself setting goals. Goals become a big thing, big theme also in the theme of the hero's journey. It's because for the first time, you are like, I'm not going to stay stuck anymore. I'm going to just expand now. I'm going to grow now. I'm going to conquer. I'm going to achieve all that I can achieve. I'm not going to stay the victim anymore. And you start setting goals. You start setting all sorts of goals. You start setting health goals, financial goals, relationship goals, lifestyle goals, even spiritual goals. Why? Because you just don't want to stay stuck anymore. You have this firepower in you and you just want to move forward. Right? So that is the essence of the hero stage of consciousness. Now, as the hero uses the willpower and the intellect in order to charge forward towards their goal, a time comes in the hero's journey when the hero of all the things that they have been designing for. They come out of that victimization patterns that they have been stuck for such a long time, and they arrive at a much better place in their life, much powerful place in their life. They find themselves achieving many of the goals. They find themselves becoming a much powerful version, much expanded version, right? And they start feeling much more, expanded and full and powerful. But even then, a time comes in the hero's journey when they start experiencing that despite of achieving all that I've achieved and becoming all that I've become, they start experiencing a feeling of lack, a feeling of misalignment, a deep void, a suffering that starts becoming more and more, clear that there is something wrong in my life. Something is wrong. And no matter what I have achieved and what I've become, it is not fulfilling that. And they start realizing what is wrong is that I'm not living my life purpose. I am not living the the purpose that I came here to serve. I'm not living the life that I came here to live, right? And they start seeking. They start seeking the big answers to the big questions of life, right? And what becomes for the hero at that moment is a spiritual crisis, or what you might even call a dark night of the soul, right? When the hero experiences that dark night of the soul, for the first time, the hero realizes that these two powers, your intellect and your willpower, that they have been depending upon for all this time, they are now as good as useless when it comes to facing the dark night of the soul, because intellect and willpower is not going to help you out of the dark night of the soul, right? And that is when they start finally seeking something higher, something that can come in, that can intervene, and that can help them to come out of the dark night of the soul. And for the first time, they start becoming open enough, receptive enough, and vulnerable enough to listen to the still inner voice that has been guiding them all this time, but they have not been listening to it because they have been too much enamored by the voice of the intellect and willpower. Now they start listening to their own intuition, and you start listening to your own inner guidance, because your intuition and your inner guidance is where your higher self guides you. Your intuition and inner guidance is how your higher self has always been guiding you. Now you're paying attention to that. The more you pay attention to it, you start coming out of the dark night of the soul. You start coming out of that spiritual crisis. And the moment the hero comes out of the spiritual crisis and develops this strong connection with their intuition and inner guidance, that is when the person evolves from the hero stage and arrives at their wizard stage. You see, the wizard stage of consciousness essentially is about your connection with your higher self, your connection with your intuition, your connection with your inner guidance system. Because when you connect with your inner guidance system, that is when you connect with the higher self and your life becomes magical. Right? So I hope you're resonating with some of the things that I'm sharing with you. I'm going to be sharing more incredible things with you. Okay. Now, if you are listening to my podcast right now live, or you're listening to me later in the replay, please leave comments in the chat section, because I cannot read your chats right now, but I will be answering your questions and your queries at the end of the talk. Personally, I'll be responding to your chats, right? So leave all the questions. Now, I'm going to move to the next part of the masterclass, which is the role of inner harmony in the spiritual ascension journey. Now, why are we going to talk about inner harmony all of a sudden? What has it got to do with magical living and higher stages of consciousness? Okay, many things actually. You see, the whole spiritual ascension journey, the spiritual growth journey, the spiritual awakening journey, the whole thing is essentially is about one thing. It's about the soul's journey towards higher and higher levels of inner harmony within. That's it. You see, let me explain to you why that is so. It's because, you see, if you probe into any of your desires that you have right now, or any desire that you ever had, if you probe into it, you are going to quickly find out that all your desires are just a permission slip to move towards higher and higher levels of inner harmony within. That's it. You see, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by higher levels of inner harmony? Higher levels of inner harmony means higher level of joy, higher level of peace, higher level of bliss, higher level of happiness, excitement, passion, resonance, all that good stuff is just a reflection of a harmonious state of being, isn't it? Right? So all you are seeking through every desire is just a higher level of inner harmonious state within yourself. Right? And this is something that we understand in wizard stage of consciousness. And that is why in wizard consciousness context of things, we call this desire, the desire for moving towards higher level of inner harmony, as the core desire of the soul. You see, we call it the core desire of the soul because this is the main desire, right? And this is why in most of my wizard consciousness teachings, in my programs, in my private coaching sessions, in everything, I majorly teach, or what I teach is centered around this core desire of the soul. We majorly do not explore manifesting individual desires at that time. We don't do that most of the time. What we do is we focus on the core desire of the soul, and we work on that, because we understand that if we can fulfill this core desire of the soul of moving towards higher and higher levels of inner harmony within, then all other desires that is part of your soul's blueprint is going to flow effortlessly into your experience, because it is the core desire, it is the root desire, right? Inner harmony is the core desire of the soul. If you just work on it, everything will come. So why not just focus on it? And that's what I teach. I'm going to share with you a program, a 6-week program that is entirely geared on how you can connect with your inner guidance system so that you can consistently move your inner harmony levels up. I'm going to share that program at the end of my talk, right? Now, as I was mentioning, your inner harmony, the desire for inner harmony is the root desire of you. Let me give you a simple example so that you can understand. Let's say if you have a big tree in your garden, right? Now you want to water that tree. Now what you do is, instead of watering at the root, you take your watering hose, you go to the tree, and you start pouring water at all parts of the tree except the root of the tree. So you water at the leaves of the tree, of the fruits, of the flowers, the stems, the twigs, everywhere except the root. Then what happens? You waste your time, you waste your energy, you waste your effort, and the tree does not receive much nourishment because you are pouring water at all the wrong places. It does not make sense. So if you just go and pour water at the root of the tree, and then the root absorbs the water, it circulates the water to all parts of the tree, and the tree flourishes, right? This is the thing. Your inner harmony is your root. If you start watering it, you are going to flourish. That's simple. That is the essence of most of the teachings in lucid consciousness, right? Okay, so now that I've shared this part of my talk, I hope you're understanding. Leave some questions if all of this is resonating, right? I'm going to be reading your comments at the end of my talk. Right. Now, the next part that I want to share with you is how you can manifest your most magical life by aligning with your life purpose timeline. Okay, so what is a life purpose timeline? right? Now, in order to understand what a life purpose timeline is, we need to first understand what a timeline is. Now, I cannot share with you what a timeline is because it's a very deep concept of fourth density stage of consciousness. This is something that I explore in depth in my program that I'm going to talk about in the end. But I'm going to try to give you a simplistic idea of what a timeline is. So you see, a timeline is like your private highway. You see, so if, let's say if you had a private highway, then obviously that highway would be designed for your best riding experience. You probably wouldn't have any traffic and you would have the best scenery for your most amazing driving experience, right? Thing is, you are a unique soul. You have a unique vibration and you have a unique highway. That's your soul path, life path, your life purpose timeline. Same thing, right? And when we are not living in alignment with our, private highway, what do? We end up on other people's private highway because everybody has got one. And what happens? We experience friction, we experience competition, we experience missing alignment. We feel like we're living a wrong life because we are crowding on other people's private highway. We're not supposed to be there, right? Why all of that happens? It's because we do not know where the GPS is, and that's why we miss out, right? Now, this is why it's important to connect with your inner GPS, which I'm going to talk about, and then you can come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, which is your private highway. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a picture. This picture is going to come in your screen, which is all about your life purpose timeline, right? Now, this is the picture. I hope you can see this picture that I've created. What you can see here is a very simplistic depiction of a life purpose timeline. So your life purpose timeline is your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution, right? And you can see there's a thick purple line here. You see this thick purple line, what does it say? It says that this is your life purpose timeline. This purple line is your life purpose timeline, and here you can see some lines are going right ways and left ways. And here I'm saying your choices, and here I've written core vibrational frequency, and here I'm saying life gets harder and harder. What do I mean by this? What I mean by all of this is this thick purple line is your private highway, and you are making choices all the time. You are always making a choice in this now moment. And whenever you make a choice that is out of alignment with your core vibrational frequency or your soul's true frequency, what happens? You move out of alignment from your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution. And what happens? Your life gets harder and harder. You experience, manifestation slowing down. You experience your life does not feel like your life. You feel like, what am I doing? Life just feels meaningless, right? But whenever you start making choices in this now moment, which is in alignment with your soul's core vibration, that is when you slowly start coming in alignment with your life purpose timeline. And that is when you start experiencing the magic of life. You start experiencing flow. You start experiencing manifestations quickening up. You start experiencing joy, the bliss of living your soul path. You start experiencing all the magic that you're supposed to experience, right? So how does it all happen? By making choices, by making harmonious choices. If you make harmonious choices that honors your soul's authentic frequency, you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. That's it. That's how simple it is, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back again, and I'm going to, share with you like what I was talking about, right? Now, I hope you can, the picture from the screen is gone. And so like I was saying, that the whole thing is about coming in alignment with your life purpose timeline, right? And how do you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline? It's very simple, by making harmonious choices, like I said, right? And how do you start making harmonious choices? By connecting with your inner guidance system. Like I mentioned, you have a private highway, but how do you come in alignment? By paying attention with your inner guidance system. You have a GPS built in within you, which you have forgotten to pay attention to. And I'm going to teach you how to pay attention to, because once you can, you will quickly come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. And that is why this next part of the talk is about how your inner guidance system works. You see, like I mentioned, you are like a vehicle and you have a private highway. So you must have a GPS, right? And if you can just only pay attention to the GPS, then you will automatically come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, because you will know what choices you have to make on a moment-to-moment basis, right? And that GPS is your inner guidance system, You see, your inner guidance system is your inner GPS, and it is your direct connection with your higher self. And your higher self is constantly communicating to you through your inner guidance system. So, how does it communicate? You see, the inner guidance system has many facets, which I'm going to talk about when I'm going to share about my program. My program is entirely geared about teaching you how to connect with your inner guidance system within the span of 6 weeks. But essentially, your inner guidance system gives you one primary signal, which is resonance. You see, sometimes whenever you are about to make a choice, you experience resonance. Sometimes when you're about to make a choice, you experience dissonance. It creates disharmony in your state of being. Have you noticed that? Right? So whenever you are about to make a choice, right, and you feel that that choice is bringing me, just thinking about that choice is bringing me disharmony, that is a dissonant choice. If you make that choice, or whenever we make that choice, or those type of choice, or disharmonious choice, we move out of alignment with our life purpose timeline, and our life gets harder and harder and harder. But whenever we make resonant choices, whenever we're about to make a choice and we feel like, wow, I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling harmonious, I'm feeling called to, as if like my very energies wants to make that choice, that is a resonant choice. And whenever you make such a choice, you move towards your life purpose timeline. That is how it all works, making harmonious choices. You see, if you just pay attention to the quality of the choices you are making and start making harmonious choices, you can slowly and steadily move forward towards life purpose timeline, and your life will become magical. Right? I hope you're resonating with some of the things that I've shared with you in my talk. Right? Now, what I'd like to share with you is, as I was mentioning, that I have created a fantastic program, a 6-week program, which I call the Wizard Initiation Program. This program is entirely geared to teach you how to connect with your inner guidance system so that you can shift to your highest timeline. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to show you a presentation that I've created so that you can understand what are some of the things that you are going to learn from this program. So I'm going to share screen with you, and I'm going to show you what I have in the program, right? So just give me, I hope my screen is visible, and yeah, so this is my 6-week Wizard Initiation Program. So what are the goals of the program? The goals of the program are threefold. Number one, I'm going to help you align you with your life purpose timeline, your private highway, your soul path, right? I'm going to help you develop connection with your inner guidance system, and I'm going to help you 2x your inner harmony levels in a span of 6 weeks, right? What are we going to learn in this program? The first thing that we're going to learn is how your inner guidance system works. I'm going to teach you how you can develop a strong connection with your inner guidance system, your inner GPS. And you are going to learn about the 4 inner indicators of your inner guidance system. Just like you have indicators in your car's dashboard, similarly, your inner guidance system has 4 inner indicators, which I'm going to teach you in the program. These inner indicators are comfort, satisfaction, inspiration, and resonance. Right? I'm going to teach you the inner audit method. It's a method that will help you access your inner guidance system. You'll learn to pay attention to the signals of each of the 4 inner indicators of your inner guidance system. I'm going to teach you some inner GPS integration exercises. I'm going to share specific exercises with you that will help you establish a connection with each inner indicator of your inner guidance system. This will enable you to pay attention to the signals of your inner guidance system 24/7 throughout the day. Right? I'm going to share with you a powerful centering practice, which is the relaxation centering practice. You'll learn a simple 5-minute centering practice that will enable you to consciously take charge of your own inner harmony and create your own inner harmony at your own will. Right? You're going to learn about timeline shifting. You're going to learn how timeline shifting works in 4D consciousness. You're going to discover how to align with your path of least resistance and experience the most harmonious evolution quickly and easily. Right? You're going to learn about the power of harmonious choices. You are going to use the power of harmonious choices to shift towards your highest timeline. You will make comfortable yet steady progress towards your most magical life. Right? You're going to learn to manifest using wizarding laws. You'll learn to manifest your most magical life by understanding the laws of wizard consciousness. You're going to discover how to effortlessly bring forth your heart's desires by applying the principles of 4D reality. right? I'm going to share with you the powerful resonance game. It's a powerful 1 hour practice that will boost your inner harmony in a very short span of time. You'll be able to effortlessly access flow states using this practice, right? You're going to be able to track your inner harmony levels. You'll be able to measure your inner harmony levels in clear metrics. As you can see, a sheet like this, I'm going to provide you. You'll be able to see your levels going up. You'll also be able to track your progress in your inner harmony levels in the sheet. The program structure. Now, the program is divided into essentially 3 parts, which is number 1, video lessons, number 2, exercises, and number 3, one-on-one coaching sessions. There will be 42 video lessons, 1 lesson per day for 6 weeks. This will be short lessons that you can cover in a day. Then there will be 6 1 hour weekly one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions with me over Zoom. And there will be daily action items and inner alignment exercises, right? As I mentioned, the first thing will be video lessons. There will be 42 daily video lessons to help you align with your life purpose timeline. Now, these lessons will be about connecting with your inner guidance system. You can see some of the sample lessons here, right? Now, there will be weekly one-on-one coaching sessions, and we are going to meet once a week for 1 hour for one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions with me, and you are going to receive spiritual guidance and mentoring in these sessions, right? There will be exercises and action items. There will be daily inner alignment action items and exercises with each video lesson, which will help you integrate the lesson and align you with your life purpose timeline quickly and easily, right? Now, what are some of the results that you can experience if you do decide to join and complete the program, right? The first result will be inner harmony. You're going to experience deeper levels of inner harmony, peace, and bliss on a daily basis. Your level of inner harmony will keep rising. You're going to activate your magical abilities. You'll activate your magical abilities of manifesting and healing effortlessly. You'll start living magically in all areas of your life, right? The third thing will be alignment with your soul purpose. You'll have more clarity of your soul purpose, what you came here to do on earth. You'll experience forward movement in your soul purpose journey. You're going to experience timeline shifting. You'll align with your highest timeline, your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution. Your life will become an incredibly joyous journey for you. Higher mind connection. You'll develop a strong and clear connection with your higher mind. You'll be able to receive downloads and guidance from your higher mind that will guide you through your life's decisions, right? Flow states. You'll be able to stay in the magical flow states throughout the day. You'll be fully living in the present moment, enjoying the now moment all the time, making life changes. You'll be able to make important life changes harmoniously that will allow you to move closer to your highest timeline. You'll have clarity about what choices you need to make to move towards your most magical life. Manifestation magic. The more you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline, your heart's desires will start manifesting effortlessly in your life. You'll be able to receive everything that your life has to offer to you. Abundance flow. As you align with your life purpose timeline, you'll start experiencing abundance in all areas of your life, flowing into your experience effortlessly. You'll experience abundance in the area of health, wealth, relationships, and spiritual growth. Healing. As your inner harmony levels rises, you will experience spontaneous healing and integration. You'll heal your past wounds, traumas, and hurts during the meditation sessions. Spiritual acceleration. Your spiritual growth journey will accelerate as you come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. You'll start spiritually up leveling really quickly and ascend to higher stages of consciousness. Coming out of stuckness. As your vibration rises, you'll come out of stuckness in areas of your life where you felt blocked. You'll come out of low vibrational patterns and emerge as a new being, higher version of you. As your vibration rises, you'll soon ascend to your higher version, the new you, the magical you, or the wizard you. You'll live life magically using the magical principles that I'll teach you in the program. Living authentically. You'll be able to live authentically, express your soul's true authentic energy without fear. You'll be able to radiate your light to others without fear. Overcoming negative emotions. As your vibration rises, you'll overcome negative emotional patterns that has been preventing you from living your best life. You'll be able to consciously create a harmonious state of being at your own will. Triggers and balance. You'll be able to maintain inner balance and harmony during emotionally triggering situations. You'll be able to heal your triggers and learn from them, which will add to your spiritual growth. Higher vibrational states. You'll ascend to higher stages of consciousness effortlessly, and you will keep ascending. More higher vibrational experiences will become accessible to you as you rise in frequency. Now, What are some of the things do you need in order to dive into the program? The first thing that you will need is time commitments. Okay, so first time commitment you will need is once a week 1 hour one-on-one coaching session time with me, which is a total of 6 sessions in 6 weeks with a gap of 7 days between each session. The second time commitment will be 10 minutes per day on average to watch the video lessons, and 5 minutes per day for centering meditation practice, and in total about 15 to 30 minutes per day for implementing some of the other exercises, including this. Right? Now, the total time required will be 1 hour per week for one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions with me, and about 30 minutes per day on average for watching the video lessons, practicing exercises, and doing the meditation practices. That's it. Right? Now, who is this program meant for? Right? So if you are a person who wants to develop your intuitive abilities and connect with your higher mind, and if you are ready to trust your intuition more, then this program is meant for you. If you are somebody who wants to live magically and align with your soul purpose journey, then yes, this program is meant for you. And if you're somebody who wants to live in the present moment and experience the bliss of being in the flow state all the time, then absolutely this program is meant for you. You see? So now this is my program, this is my offer for you because you're attending my talk in this wonderful summit. The current investment for my 6-week visit initiation program is $1999, which the price might increase in the future. But because you're attending my talk here in the summit, you can get my program at $1499 only if you get back to me within 48 hours from this talk, right? Within 2 days, right? So if you want to join the program, you can also pay the fee using an installment plan. You can also pay for the program using a 3-part installment plan with 3 equal payments spaced 2 weeks apart over a period of 6 weeks. But for this option, you will incur a service charge of 10% of the total fee. Right? Now, how are you going to access the program? The moment you join the program, I'm going to share with you my Google Drive. I'm going to give you my private folder access where the entire course content is there, and you'll be able to download the entire course directly into your computer. And you will also be given access to my YouTube unlisted playlist where all the 42 video lessons will be there with the daily action items. So how are you going to join my visit initiation program? At the moment, you will be seeing, my Calendly link, rolling under the screen. You can go directly into the Calendly link and book a session with me. Or you can also reach out to me via private message in my messenger if you are a Facebook friend of mine, or send me an email at headwizard@debjitkundu.com. This is my private email. You can send me an email there, or you can book a session with me, in my Calendly. You see, if you book a session with me, what's going to happen is I'll have a free 30 to 60 minutes onboarding meeting with you over Zoom. And in this meeting, I'm going to ask you a few questions to understand whether the program is a right fit for you at the moment in your spiritual growth journey. And if I feel that this program is a right fit for you, then I'm going to offer you the program, right? So thank you so much for hearing me share about my program. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end my talk. I'm just going to share a few parting words to you. I hope you have resonated with everything that I've shared. And thanks to Cherise for hosting this wonderful summit and giving me the opportunity to come back again and speak to you. Do leave comments in the chat section because I would be reading your comments. Leave all the questions that you want to ask me. I'll be answering all your questions, and do reach out to me. Book a free session with me. Let's have a talk, right? Let's work together. Right? And thanks to Sylvia for helping me out. She's the backbone. She's handling the whole summit from the back in the behind the scenes. Thanks to Sylvia for helping me out, give my talk here. Thank you so much, the whole team. Right? So I'm going to end my talk here. Hope you have a wonderful, magical day ahead. And yeah, bye-bye.